Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Friday, August 15th, TGIF. With me, I have two lovely co hosts on the mic, I Chill and my gorgeous Moon. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Hey, happy TGIF.
Hey.
Yes, honey. And let's just go ahead. We have a lot of tea that we can go over, so let's just go ahead and jump right in.
Yay, tea time.
Yes. Where our first story, we like to start off with some Diddy news always. And the first I have this first story by way of TMZ. Do y'all remember Sarah? Well, back then we knew her as Sarah Stokes, but Sarah Rivers is what she goes by now. I believe she's
Mm.
divorced from that old abusive husband. But y'all see, I have this TMZ article. Diddy to Teflon Sean lawsuit wins
Oh,
keep piling up.
oh.
Yeah, this is not good news, unfortunately. So, Sean Diddy Combs is on a heater, at least when it comes to tackling the mountain of lawsuits he's facing. And now, former Making the Band singer Sarah Rivers is finding out firsthand what kind of role he's on. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, a judge just threw out the claims Sarah made against Diddy and the other defendants in her lawsuit. They were dismissed with prejudice, meaning they cannot be filed again, although one is still up in the air. Among the claims dismissed, racketeering, assault, and battery, forced labor, sexual harassment, and false imprisonment. As for the one outstanding claim, the judge wrote the determination of whether to dismiss with or without prejudice, count 15, the Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act claim, is hereby stayed pending ruling from the appellate court. We broke the story. Sarah sued Sarah sued Diddy back in February, claiming Diddy subjected her to hostile and inhumane treatment on the reality show Making the Band 2. The suit filed by attorney Ariel Mitchell, and this is her here. Um, the suit filed by attorney Ariel Mitchell on behalf of Rivers cited the infamous cheesecake from Making the Band 2, where she and the rest of the band had to walk several blocks to get Diddy a sweet treat as one of the numerous incidents of abuse. Sarah also complained of being forced to sleep in an open bay with four other males, despite the fact she was married at the time, and she said she was threatened with being ousted if she didn't comply. She also alleged Diddy acted maliciously and recklessly with her career by publicly dismantling the group while pocketing most of her show money. She claimed Diddy sexually harassed and assaulted her, claiming he once backed her into her corner and blocked her from moving while running his hand across her breast. The lawsuit also named as defendants MTV, Viacom, UMG, and several ex Bad Boy employees who had a profile on the series at the time, including Diddy's mother, Janice, ex assistant Bosworth Bentley. In total, 21 claims were dismissed. Mitchell tells TMZ, "We plan to appeal and we look forward to more litigation, specifically against Mr. Combs." Diddy, as you know, outfoxed federal prosecutors in his criminal trial this summer and was found not guilty on racketeering and sex trafficking charges. And last month, he dealt a major blow to one of his sexual assault accusers. So, ooh, child. I hate to see when because the thing is, most of us watched the show. We watched Making the Band, and this lawsuit is no surprise. And we know we've seen what Sarah is talking about. Not even the cheesecake incident. You know, her making her feel like she was an outsider, and she was already the only singer in the group.
How
So it was
dismiss that?
exactly. I no.
Damn.
And not only dismissed it, but dismissed it with prejudice, meaning she can't even go file the same charges. So, well, that's that on that, honey. Did anybody want to add anything else before we go to the next story?
No, I don't think so.
Well, y'all, this next story, I hate to say it. Well, first of all, I want to give a trigger warning
Uh-oh.
because there has been remember there was speculation that T Hood was beating on his girlfriend who happens to be Rashida's daughter,
Right.
Rashida and Kirk's daughter, Kelsey Frost. Baby, I done seen two videos already,
Oh,
and neither one of them are good, honey. So now I'm over here like, hashtag free Kai, hashtag that motherfucker is worm food now. I'm taking my rest in peace back because,
So he was beating
that,
on her
So
badly, apparently, huh?
beating the baby, beating the hell out of her, and it was so hard to look at y'all. So that's why I had to give a trigger warning. But y'all see where it says here, T Hood caught on video beating girlfriend Kelsey Frost, allegedly hit her night he was killed.
Yeah.
So
That man ain't gonna just kill. The brother ain't just gonna kill nobody. Just you try to hurt my sister, and now I gotta take. That's how that came off.
hmm And remember his mama. We talked about T Hood's mom coming out and said, "Oh, well, how was it self defense because he was shot in the back walking away? He was shot in the back 5 times or whatever." I'm like, well, clearly, what y'all about to see, that's what he pretty much getting a taste of his own medicine. Because clearly, what y'all gonna see is Kelsey just sitting there on the phone minding her business, and he jumping on her.
Ooh.
So,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, it's bad, y'all. So let's watch
Yeah,
the
he
first. It's
probably
two.
was trying to run with the gun. Yeah, well, the bullets started. The bullets started flying, so they just caught him in the back. I was trying to shoot him in the front.
hmm So let's watch video number one.
And is this the night of?
No, I'm not sure about this. I think it may be, but I don't think it is.
Okay.
So you see, she look like she's just scrolling through Instagram on the bed, wrapped up in a blanket, and watch his stupid ass.
What? He just jumped on her
Mm-hmm.
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, honey. Oh, honey, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till I see about because one of Kelsey's friends actually posted a video of her own, and we about to watch that one next.
Hopefully, that's not too bad. Oh Lord, I'm nervous about the next one.
Mm-hmm. So this is the friend right here.
And like I said, y'all, I'm only speaking out because this is something that I had to hold in for a very long time, off the sake of the respect that I have for my friend to not actually let people know her business. But they done took his family has embarrassed him for I'm just y'all. I'm just gonna show y'all. This is the things he used to do to my friend.
You see how she was asleep and he came up in there doing that shit. Look how he beats on her,
Just,
choking her.
just, just came in there and just. Oh, I saw a punch,
Mm-hmm.
and then just walk out. Oh no, take his coat off so he could get.
Oh, pussy ass nigga. Well, excuse me, pussy ass dead nigga. Fuck him.
Mm.
I gave his family condolences too. Fuck them too, cause y'all sitting there and y'all knew this shit was going on.
Look, I don't know. These days, I don't be. When you said something about the mama saying this, and I was in my head, I was over there. Like, this sound like another mother who's protecting her raggedy ass son. But I was like, but if he was shot in the back, maybe he wasn't. Look at it. Another mother protecting her raggedy ass child instead of being accountable for the bullshit.
Exactly.
I knew he was
Like
beating her because why would she call her brother over there? That says
exactly.
she needed she needed help. And if he's just attacking her out the, she was asleep. Just
Sleep.
crazy, behavior. Should have shot him 10 times in the back. Fuck it.
Hello. Oh, bitch ass nigga. So you continue to rest in piss, bitch. Well, does anybody want to add anything about that bitch ass nigga before we go to the next story?
No.
Well, Monique. has finally come out to speak about Shannon Sharp. Because remember how she gave him
Oh
that
Lord.
famous
Hmm.
advice on his that interview on his Shay
Not
Shay.
her to come out and say I told you so.
Well, no, actually not. And I expected her to say that. I was slightly disappointed at her response, but
Oh well.
let's I'm also not surprised with it because it's. I mean, if you know Monique, then you know it's on brand for Monique.
Damn the fuckery. Okay,
So
let's go.
y'all should see here where it says Monique breaks silence on Shannon Sharp's bombshell lawsuit settlement. I have this story by way of Hot New Hip Hop. So let's just go straight to the video because there's two videos that were posted when she's talking about it. So here's the first one.
People keep asking me how I feel about Shannon Sharp. That's my brother, and I love him. That's how I feel. That's it. And let me say this to y'all. Be careful in your judgments. Be careful in your ridicule. Be careful in your statements because we've all not walked the perfect line. We've all had mistakes. We've all taken a fall. We've all had to get up and get to going again. So that is my brother. And I love my brother. And I know what it feels like to be thrown away. I know what it feels like for people to quit on you and give up on you. That won't be me. Shannon Sharp, that's Shay Shay. Hey, baby, we love him. I know I was doing a show in one city one night and somebody said his name and I heard this woman in the crowd. She was like, boo, and put her thumbs down. I said, bitch, no, you won't do that. No, you will not do that. No, ma'am. Whatever you feeling about my brother, if it ain't,
So that's the part one, and let's watch the other part.
if you ain't got something nice to say, be quiet. That's all. I'm glad, baby. I'm glad. And this is the baby that just wrote this, so they'll know I'm talking to them. When you say your views have changed on Shannon Sharp, and after you listen to what I'm saying, you had to go within. And I think if more of us did that, we wouldn't be so quick to give our opinion on somebody's shit. And then opinion in a way where, oh, I don't like them no more. I don't fool with them no more. What'd he do to you? Those were his choices and decisions. Still a beautiful brother. Still won't throw him away.
Oh,
Okay.
child.
I mean, ain't
Okay,
nobody
girl.
throwing Shannon Sharp away. He just stupid.
Exactly. I
He's
just.
stupid. Like, you had three warnings. This just like that old fable when they say, Jesus, when they ask God, I need you to help me and send me a sign, and then God sends you three signs, and you pass all three of them up. So
And
the
all of a
fourth
sudden, your
time,
ass can't see when you
yeah,
don't
now the
sit you three
fourth
times.
time is just he said, hey, I gave you the signs. I sent the people to tell you to stop, and you didn't. So he got to get what he got to get, and that's just his stupid ass.
Hmm.
Ain't nobody throwing Shannon Sharp away. He just dumb.
And I just kind of wish that I just hate this whole thing where people say, "Oh, well, we all ain't perfect, and we are." Girl, fuck that. Now, it's one thing to say, you know what? This is my brother. I'm not gonna throw him away. I understand he did some crazy shit, but I'm not gonna just throw. That's fine. But don't try to throw us in the red. Don't try to make it seem like we're all equals and shit. You will never see anything about me like paying a white bitch to, so she can call me a nigga in the bedroom. You see, like, fuck all that, girl.
That
Like, no.
that's the stupid shit he like. He want to be whipped and play like he in the damn fields. That's his business. I mean,
Right. Just
that's
because you don't
stupidity.
put him down, don't mean we have to be the same.
Yeah, just like when people like Janet could have forgave Justin, but I don't. I don't
E-
have to.
Exactly. And we're not.
Coco forgave that girl. That's cool for her. She did what she had to do for her work, but I ain't got to. I can hold
Hmm.
the candle if I like. And I get it. Monique is always because she feels like that's how what happened to her and she's got empathy for him and blah blah blah. I get where she's coming from, but I'm there, girl, bye. He
And
dumb. And your
that's
ass
why
dumb half the time too.
And I'm saying, like, people love a false equivalency. Like, girl, I get that you say,
Mhm.
like, I understand what happened to you, and that was terrible, girl. And I was even one of the people, hashtag I stand with Monique, because what was being done to her was dirty. But honey, what happened to Shannon Sharp is not the same thing that happened to you. You were blackballed for speaking out. He was doing some shit in his bedroom and got caught being a weird ass creep. Like, these are two different things, baby. So
Twice,
again,
back to back, he was
back
being
to
a
back.
weird creep twice.
So if
We
you
let that
you
first one slide.
you want to like forgive him and you want to not shit fine, but don't try to guilt us into making us
Mm.
feel like we wrong for not having your same stance, because we don't have that same stance, and it's for
I
right
don't even
now.
know him like that. Shit, I still
Exactly.
think he dumb. He dumb.
Dumb as hell.
He sound like when, you know what? I'm gonna take the flack for this one, but I'm sorry. He sound like a backwoods Mississippi dirt road, ain't been out into the city ever, nigga. That's what he sound like.
Skip. Skip.
Hmm. He pisses me off.
And I
With
don't
that
know how
big ass.
true this is, but supposedly he told his daughter he'd only spend $30,000 on her wedding. Now this man had
Oh,
$25 million to make a settlement, and all she could spend was 30,000. Not a hundred
see,
thousand, not two
see,
hundred 50,000. I could see not giving a $1 million wedding, but 30,000.
see the fuckery. He because he was spending that money on OnlyFans.
I bet he spent more than that on that girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
especially after he had to give her 25 million. So he really,
He had
uh,
it, like that. I'm like, wow, 30,000.
but
Damn.
that show you, you know. I'm sorry, karma. God don't like ugly. I say it all the time. It be coming back on people. Shit, I've all had my own karma come back on me. It is what it is.
Hmm. Well, does anybody want to add anything else about Monique or Shay Shay before we go to the next story?
Nasty Shay Shay. Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, y'all, our next story. So, this battle with Drake and UMG is getting nasty. And do y'all remember hearing about a guy named Lucian Grange, who Drake like he requested by way of court to get
Mm-hmm.
his emails and all of that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lucian has fired back.
Mm.
So I have this hot new hip hop article. Let me make sure it's on the right page. All right, and y'all should see where it says Lucian Grange fires back at Drake's attempt to access his emails and texts about Not Like Us.
Mm.
So Drake might drop his last album with UMG once Iceman comes out, but his saga with the label has a much more consequential narrative right now. His defamation lawsuit against them over Kendrick Lamar's diss track "Not Like Us" is going all the way to the top, to the industry giant CEO Lucian Grange. As reported by Billboard and Hip Hop DX, the executive responded to Drizzy and his legal team's motion to access his communications relating to Not Like Us. The Toronto superstar seeks Grange's emails and texts concerning that song's release, in addition to many other documents. Furthermore, in response to Drake's document request, Lucian Grange submitted a declaration to the court. I had never heard the recording Not Like Us, nor ever saw the corresponding cover, art, or music video until after they were released by Interscope Records, the statement reportedly read. As part of my role, I certainly have financial oversight of and responsibility for UMG's global businesses, the CEO expressed. But the proposition that I was involved in, much less responsible for, reviewing and approving the content of Not Like Us, its cover art or music video, or for determining or directing the promotion of those materials, is groundless and indeed ridiculous. Lucian Grange also blasted Drake's allegations of sabotage against UMG. It makes no sense due to the fact that the company that I run, Universal Music Group NV, has invested hundreds of millions of dollars in Drake, including long-standing and critical financial support for his recording career, the purchase and ownership of the bulk of his recording catalog, and the purchase of his music publishing rights. Also, Grange claimed that the boy continues to waste his and UMG's time and resources with this type of discovery. He suggested that personal attacks are for the sake of media attention and financial renegotiations. UMG as a whole responded in similar ways and also blasted Drake's attempts to access Kendrick Lamar's contract. Amid Drake's
Hmm.
amid Drake's other reflections on the rap battle, we will see where this legal controversy goes. For now, it seems like an uphill battle for both sides.
It's
Well,
crazy.
EMG, EMG, UMG, first of all, they stay in litigation. That's first and
Hmm.
foremost. But
But right.
Drake, oh, this is sad. Well, first of all, you don't need to see Kendrick's contract for what? What does that even have to do with anything? What's that got to do with the price of milk? You're trying to say that they boosted the things. Why do you need this contract?
He wanted a paternity test. He wanted his criminal background, and I
Let's
saw
get your
somebody.
paternity test on Adonis. Come on.
I
What's up
saw
with that?
somebody post that he really did beat that woman he's married to early. Early back in the day. I mean, I don't know how true that is. That's alleged. Somebody said,
Yeah.
who Kendrick had a fight with in third grade, but
You
that
know what I'm
person
saying?
said he really did do that shit. He beat the shit out of her. So I don't. That's alleged. That was, not a confirmed tweet, but they say they were
Well,
around back then, in the
didn't he
position.
say that in his rap though, Chill? Didn't he allege that
Oh,
in
I don't
his
know.
diss track back to him?
I don't know.
I thought he did.
I mean, I'm saying,
I
I don't know. Like, he might have.
I just the idea of going to court, put first of all, litigation in a rap battle this is the first of its kind. Like
And he,
Yeah,
of course, and it came from that little bitch.
yeah.
hmm we were
I
just talking
mean,
about white mom biracials yesterday.
he's just, it's a self-fulfilled prophecy. I mean, Kendrick said all of this, and he's literally like showing that he is not of the culture, period. He's acting like a white woman. Why are you
And
suing because you lost?
He
And we
tripping.
all been talking about how you've been grooming girls and talking to two young girls for too
Yeah,
long.
yep.
It ain't like something he made up. This was already out in the ether.
When he was friends with Millie Bobby Brown, when she was like,
Oh yeah, everybody was
that
like, "What
shit
the
was
hell?"
weird. I thought
mm,
that shit was so weird.
it was.
They
Because why
texting
are
and
you even
shit.
reaching out to her? Why are you even talking to her? Y'all don't even work together. Like it's not even like you working on a project with her. What are you calling this girl for?
Yeah, how y'all friends? You're a grown ass man. Yeah, this is
That's
getting
weird.
crazy. It's getting crazy.
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
And every time a story come out, not like us go up higher and higher in the stream.
And they come back and they come back on the charts
Right.
because and it's like, buddy, this couldn't have been bots.
hmm And I just want to say, like, this has not. This is has nothing to do with this story, but you see how this was because I actually believe Lucian's like I don't believe that he knew about Drake or not like us and stuff until it actually came out. I believe everything he's saying because of his statement, especially when he said like that me these claims are pretty much groundless and indeed ridiculous. This was the kind of response that I was looking for from Dr. Daniel Bober about him not. But remember, we didn't get that. We said, well, his response was, well, the people suing me, they don't have a legal basis, huh? You
Oh,
didn't
you
say
talking
that you did.
about
Yes, that the CEO of Rock Nation, how? Yeah,
yeah,
uh huh.
the
I
doctor.
The doctor, yep. And his response to that, it was just that I think I was the only one who felt that way at the time. But this was why, because I was looking for something like this, like, oh my God, me nor my practice, we would never falsify any medical paperwork or anything. We won't never do anything like this. No, he said they have no legal basis to sue me, huh? Okay.
You
So,
wanted a more forceful, like, that's not something we even partake in. What the hell are you talking about?
hello, because that's what you should be saying when you are accused of falsifying medical paperwork.
Like, that's illegal. I would never. You know,
Hello.
well, it's gonna come out. I mean, you know,
Yeah. And if he did, then
the only
woo.
saving factor is that the mother isn't the only one saying that they thought this girl needed help. So that's the only saving grace right now that I can see in this whole debacle is that she wasn't alone in her fears for her daughter. So
Yep.
yeah,
Well, does anybody want to add anything about Lucian Grange or Drake or UMG or Dr. Daniel Bober before we go to the next story?
Drake has proven every twist and turn that he is not like us. Mm.
he really isn't. You not like
And
us,
he's really
baby.
making it hard to listen to any old music at this point. Now I'm kind of like, okay, now you really are a bitch.
He
Like,
canceled. He canceled in my book.
yeah.
And I wasn't a fan favorite anyway, but I did have a few songs where, he was featured on. It wasn't just his songs, but I don't even want to hear his voice.
And now it just almost is like nails grating on a chalkboard.
Hmm. Especially that
Mm.
new shit that's out, honey. Ugh, and I turn their radio
Oh,
down.
yeah, for sure. Hell, at this point, I almost would rather listen to some R. Kelly than hear his voice. Almost.
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't go that
I said almost.
but at least his
Almost.
music was good. I mean,
I
he
mean,
has
I could
that.
listen to R. Kelly. I hate it. But every time if I hear a song, I know verbatim. I know it's so
All
ingrained.
the
I said,
words,
"Oh God, I
yeah.
hate it."
His
And it
music
would
was good.
it really and baby, when I tell you that was a really hard relationship for me to only because I have like my background in singing and stuff was like my vocal coach used to use like a lot of R. Kelly songs to help me discover my range.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
yeah.
I
Definitely can't
mean, I mean,
put the music down. I mean,
I don't listen to it, but every now and again it'll come on somewhere, and like it was just I know the words come to me like butter. I'd be
yeah, it
so
was
mad at
hard.
him.
It was hard to put his music
I
down for
know.
me too, because I did like a lot of his music.
Oh
But I
man,
just every time I listen to it, I think about those girls, and
I do.
I can't.
hmm
I don't care how
same
good it
here.
is. I don't care. Celine Dion, if she did something bad, and I love the shit out of Celine Dion's voice, but if she did something ratchet, bye girl.
That Jamaican queen would never. Let me
No,
stop.
she wouldn't. She wouldn't. But I'm just saying, it would
Yeah,
just be hard
like
to listen to her anymore because she's such a fabulous entertainer, and I can't do it.
it's devastating, especially when music is connected to in your life. Like R.
Hmm.
Kelly was connected, especially in the black community.
Oh, he
Like
was the
that.
Pied Piper, huh? The army.
Golly,
Everything
you
he
just,
put out was gold. I mean,
and he just that pisses me off. You sorry
he
son of
fucked it
a
up.
bitch.
But
Ugh.
I don't think a lot of his problems go back to his childhood. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate because sometimes people do things and it can be connected to their childhood. Now, everybody who has a bad childhood doesn't turn out to be an abuser or whatever, but
Mm,
a lot
but
of them do.
hmm
And he let himself get washed away into those things and he never stopped and it only escalated. So that's on him.
hmm
I just hate that for him.
yeah,
But it is what it is. So,
you gotta go.
yep.
You could have
Hmm.
done better. Be an abuse advocate. I mean, you could have done so many other things than what you did.
Yeah.
Instead, he wanted to be in interviews talking about how he loved sipping behind his mama's McDonald's coffee because she had her lipstick left over on the cup, and he just like I was like, you weird ass. Ugh, God, he's
But you
so
know
fucking
what?
weird.
The narcissism also ruins it for people because he thought he was above and beyond because he had made it so far.
Well, he
and you
was
know,
for a long time.
a long time, but it
Yeah,
caught up
because
with you.
remember how when people would talk about like how everybody in Chicago knew like it was an open secret pretty much. Like they
Yep.
saw him around the schools and stuff, and but
Yes.
they were just letting
Yes.
Mm.
him get away with it.
Like a
And
damn
you know, the
predator.
'90s was a different time. A lot of older dudes was dating younger girls. I mean,
He was prowling
nobody.
the schools. I mean, and they knew it. Prowling. Like
Yep.
women would throw their daughters at him trying to get music careers. Like, oh my God. Like, and that will give you an inflated sense of importance because who gonna
Hmm.
stop me, boo? You know,
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah. And I think that's exactly where he was at. Unfortunately, he let that go to his head and it carried him away, and he gone now.
I still want to know what the hell Wendy Williams was crying over. Do y'all remember when she was on her show one day and she was talking about how she had just interviewed R. Kelly and she felt sorry for him about the stuff and she started crying on. I'm like,
No,
what the hell is you crying for?
no. Mm-mm. And don't tell me that about her. Not Wendy. You now, how you gonna be ratchet and try and take all these people down and then be an abuser's
Yeah, she was talking about how
sympathy?
this was before like the whole
Oh,
before it
before
started.
the.
Yeah, this was like
Mm.
one on her because you remember I was a faithful watcher of the Wendy Williams show, honey. And
Oh no.
if I had to take a guess, it was probably somewhere around maybe 2013. I'm guessing maybe even 2014, but it was definitely before the whole mute R. Kelly movement. And I think he had just come out with his latest album and
Uh-huh.
she Wendy interviewed him, but it was in private, and she learned she taught us that told us that she learned that R. Kelly wasn't able to read, like he can't read or write, and
Oh,
then she
now maybe
started
that's why she was
crying,
crying. Maybe that's why.
possibly, but that's the reason. I mean, I know cancers like to cry, but that's the
Did
reason.
Wendy's a cancer?
Yes, honey.
Oh god damn. Look. Um, I don't know. Maybe that affected maybe him not being literate, being that old, maybe that was where her empathy came in. For him to be so talented and not have an education, how do you, why, like, at what, all this money that you are accumulating, you didn't stop to say, you know what, maybe I should learn, get me a tutor, somebody teach me how to read and write and shit like that.
That's what he should have been doing.
He was too busy thinking about prepubescent pussy.
Mm, mm,
So he ain't
mm.
had time to read and write. He wanted some prepubescent cooch.
Well, that's why men are the weakest link.
Hmm.
And was
Well,
getting
speaking
it.
of, oh, sorry, boo.
I said, and was getting it.
Well, first of all, that just look. Let's run this back. And then he was married to this old chick, and she didn't help him learn to read or write.
Well, I ain't gonna put too much on Andrea Kelly, only because I like her. But yeah, you're right. Like, girl, you married a
Mm-mm.
man who can't read and write. What is?
And
But
then
then
didn't help
again,
him at all. You ain't trying to teach him. What was
but
you
at
over
the
there
same
doing?
time, this is a woman who married like R. Kelly. She ain't gotta think shit. R. Kelly ain't gotta read and write. He's already R. Kelly. You see what I
Okay,
mean?
maybe
So
that's
I.
just the cancer in me because you can't be out here making me look stupid because you don't know how to read and write. Now I love you. We're gonna learn. I'm gonna teach you how to read. Somebody gonna teach you.
But he had control over her. I mean, she couldn't
Hmm.
tell him to do anything. It
Oh,
wasn't
that's
like
true.
she was an equal partner in that situation.
You're right. She was a dummy too. I know.
Yeah, so
You're right. You're right, Chill. You made You're right. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, speaking of weakest links, do y'all remember not too long ago when we talked about a story about I asked y'all if y'all knew who this guy named Quinshawn Judkins is. He
Oh.
does NFL, and we talked about him
Uh
like being arrested for domestic violence.
mm.
yes, I kind of remember that, yeah.
Okay, well the case has been dropped.
Oh my
What?
God.
Another one drops. Okay.
Exactly,
This
and
has not
y'all should
been
see
very
here.
good for these
Let me make sure I got
cases.
the. Okay, y'all should see here. It really hasn't. And Brown's is Quinshawn Judkins. Prosecutors decide to file charges in a domestic violence case. So prosecutors announced Thursday they have declined to file charges against Cleveland Browns running back Quinshawn Judkins. In a decline memo obtained by TMZ Sports, the Broward State Attorney's Office said despite a woman alleging Judkins roughed her up during a July 8th ride from a Florida airport last month, it had no reasonable likelihood of conviction in the case. They stated Judkins, through an attorney, told them he and the woman had gotten into a dispute over the way he communicated about her to his family, and she was the first to get physical. The Doc State Judkins' lawyer claimed that after he pointed a finger at her, she slapped his hand away, also punching him. Prosecutors wrote that letter during the tiff. After the woman moved from the passenger seat of the ride to the back, she allegedly kept kicking the seat and hitting him, so he pushed and hit her back. Additionally, prosecutors noted that even though the woman had pictures of her alleged injuries, they observed videos where there were no injuries were observed on her. They added that she didn't make her claims to law enforcement until July 12th, a delay they called problematic as the victim was alone on numerous occasions without the defendant, and had the ability and resources to make the report without his knowledge, but chose not to do so. See,
Mm,
this right here, that part pissed
mm,
me off. I ain't gonna tell y'all no
mm,
lie.
mm.
For the reasons set forth above, officials wrote, there is no reasonable likelihood of conviction, and this case is being declined. Judkins has
Mm.
not yet reported to Brown's training camp after being arrested over the woman's claims. Following his selection in the second round of April's NFL draft, he was expected to have a key role in the team's offense this year. So they want to sit here and say, "Oh, because she didn't call the police like right away, then we
You
we not."
already know.
I my
You
God.
know that's how it is. And these ladies should know. It's always going to black, black, being a woman, being a black woman. It's always going to be 10 times, 1,000 times harder to put anything through. So you think you're going to wait? They don't give a damn. You needed that immediately. You needed that evidence because now it's rolled into reasonable, like your word against this. We don't have no time
I
on
don't think
that.
it helped that she was allegedly hitting him also. I
That
mean,
don't help either.
that doesn't help. It's not like he just beat her for, without her kind of fighting back. So it's just, they said it was a likelihood that it wouldn't be convicted. I get it. Because anytime you put your hands on somebody, even as a woman, I mean, that's not viewed favorably if they beat your ass, you know. So,
Keep your hands off of people.
yeah,
And I mean, again, like I teach my son, even if she's hitting you, if a girl's hitting you, do not. And I know it feels like you want to hit her back, but don't do it because you know what? At the end of the day, you hit a girl back, you put your hands on a girl, you're going to jail more than likely. And I said, you need to go get somebody else, uh, a teacher, adult, or whoever, somebody else, but you don't put your hands on the woman or girl. Period. Call the police, do whatever you need to do, but you don't be the one to do it.
tell me, let me handle it. Do anything, but
hmm
don't hit her back.
And I mean, and I'm sorry. You put your hands on somebody. The logical thought is somebody's going to defend themselves.
True. There's some
And
mean
Yeah.
girls.
so,
I mean,
women, you put your hands on somebody, you put your hands on another woman, she gonna fight you back.
yeah,
And you don't
a
know
lot.
what you're gonna get on the other side of that man. So keep your hands to yourself, cause he could put you on the ground quick.
True.
I don't know why women think you could just put your hand. No, don't do that. Don't no.
Yeah, and believe me, I hear y'all because these incidents do happen where a lot of them don't keep them hands to themselves, but overall, like y'all know, we live in a very patriarchal
Oh,
We
society,
do. We do.
and
mhm,
like violence against women is like so like look at just how they talking about Tory and Meg, and this man shot that girl, and
Yeah.
everybody
He
have a
did.
reason to be mad at Meg. So it's just kind of like
They don't.
I just find like when it comes to even. um, I'm a firm believer in defending yourself. Absolutely, you definitely
Mm-hmm.
fight
Defend
somebody back that's
yourself.
trying to fight you. But
Mm-hmm.
I just when it comes to these cases like this, especially when it was like, oh, well, she waited too long to call the police. She had plenty of opportunity. Do y'all know what abuse does to a woman's mental, or hell, to anybody's
I know.
mental? So
I
it's just
know.
like
Yeah.
I
it's
I'm
just
know.
assuming
real.
that's the first time it happened. I mean, he may have been doing that, and that's why
Hmm.
she kept hitting him because maybe he's done that before. So yeah, I get it. Mentally, people say, "Well, I wouldn't let that happen to me," especially in a domestic violence situation. But you don't ever
You
know.
never know. You
No.
don't know. And again, always the system is always going to be working against black people, black women,
Hmm.
queer, gay, everything
Hmm.
outside whatever. And they're going to be working against us. And so whatever you can do to not put yourself on the back foot of trying to get something done, then try and do it because they going to find every reason.
I always say leave the first time it happens. Now we
Hmm.
watched those videos with Kelsey and T Hood,
And
and
that
the
wasn't the first
first,
time.
yeah, that wasn't the first time. Especially you're not doing anything, you're not
Hmm.
arguing, you're just sitting there scrolling your phone, and he jumps on you like a goddamn animal, and then you
Yeah, that's
continue to
crazy.
stay there.
Yeah.
Why? When you have the
Hmm.
means to leave. A lot of women don't have a support system, have parents that can step in and help them. You know, you
Just
have
like old
the means
girl.
to leave.
The old girl mama. Now, maybe she wasn't, but I don't feel like a mother would try and get you. I mean, of course, there's always outside of the norm, but it almost feels like that was a mother's desperate attempt to
Yeah.
protect her daughter. And the
Hmm.
daughter is refusing to get out of her situation, which that does
Which is why she
happen.
did it. Yeah. And she may be on a substance, doing substance abuse of some type. That was a desperate attempt for that mother to get her daughter clean and away from an abusive situation, you know.
Hmm.
But this girl she had the support system, she had the means to leave, and
Before her brother had to get into trouble.
yeah, she stayed there. I if a person jumps on me and I'm just like I'm sitting here on the couch on my iPad, talking to y'all, and he just come in the door from wherever the hell he was, and he just jump on me like that. I'm like, oh, either one of us about to die, but one of us got to leave. There's no talking about it. I'm sorry's, none of
Mm,
that. The
mhm.
situation is over right there for me, you know.
I know.
But
But then there's always the other type of abuse that comes into play into a lot of these
Hmm.
well,
situations.
I mean, you got children. It's your husband. I'm just saying that's not
Mental.
her husband. That's her boyfriend. If you're married with kids, and I think it's a lot more difficult. You don't have a job. You've been a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, it can
Hmm.
be really hard to make that snap decision. When you have nothing, going for you and nowhere to go, and he's maybe threatening you, but the first time it happens, and a lot of women don't leave after that first time. I just, I,
Probably majority of the women don't leave first time,
A good
unfortunately.
majority. Yep.
Mm,
I
unfortunate.
mean,
It's an unfortunate thing that men. I mean, yeah. Also, I always think men are the weakest link because they're either trying to control, abuse,
yeah,
take advantage. And I hate to say it ain't every man,
it's not.
but it's a lot.
It's a lot of them.
It's a
I've
lot.
Hmm.
been hit before in a relationship. That person never saw me again. You know, it wasn't even a long term relationship. It's like that's the end of that. You know.
Hmm.
I'm not doing that. And my
Luckily,
friend
I've never
was dating
experienced that.
his friend, and he was doing the same to her, but she didn't leave the first time. I mean, eventually she did leave, but when I told her about it, he had been beating her too. I'm like, girl, you
Hmm.
Hmm.
stayed there? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I know people. All the people have different reasons and all these things. And I just thank God that I have not had to experience that or deal with
Yeah,
that because
it's something.
yeah, it's
Somebody just
something.
fucking hit you out of the blue as a control thing. You're not even having an argument. Now that's really cold. Now, it's when different when you're fighting about something. Voices raised. You do it out of anger, but just to show you who the boss kind of thing, just knock you
Hmm.
upside your head. Oh, girl,
Mm.
no,
Or
no,
not doing anything at all, up in there sleep, like the video her
right,
friend showed. Sleep,
right.
and he
Sleeping.
come up in there on some bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Ain't no way.
It ain't, and it don't even. It didn't even look like he gave no one. It ain't wasn't even like he tried to start an argument or
Right.
anything.
Didn't say
He
nothing.
just
Even
jumped
just
on her.
yeah, she sleep. I see. I might have been the one to shoot him. How would that
No.
come?
Look here, look here.
Because yeah,
Mm.
we not doing this. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But I pray, women, they can find their strength and get out of those situations.
It's hard. A lot of women, die trying to escape.
Yep.
Hmm.
They really do. And it's once you in so deep, that's the most dangerous time is when you leave. I mean, the
Hmm.
investigative discovery channel is full of that
You
kind of
know,
stuff.
I've been watched plenty of them.
Right. The evening
Oh,
news is full of it. I mean, it happens all the time.
Hmm.
It was just on the news. Some woman shot his white. Well, they was called. Two people shot a couple. I'm like, here we go with you know, you can't have nobody else, and I'm gonna take myself out too. But he
oh,
didn't kill her. She lived. He killed himself after he shot her. The kids were there. They knew what
oh
saw
God,
what.
that's so nasty, selfish. Oh
Isn't that
God.
nasty? But she
Oh,
survived. She's not even in critical condition. Thank God.
thank God.
But he's dead. I'm like, what kind of
Good. Where he
perfect
needed to
outcome?
be.
Yeah, like just crazy.
How you gonna leave these babies with no
No parent.
parents? You
Mm-mm.
sorry sack of
And do it in
shit.
front of them, no less.
Oh.
The hell? A lot of times
Yeah.
they kill them too. Thank God he didn't hurt the children.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember in Florida when I was in Florida, there was a story, and this was a black couple. Um, the wife kind of worked up, kind of where I worked at, up the freeway, where, and this had to be early 2000s, where the dad. They were divorced. They were separated. I think they were still going through their divorce, and he had the kids for their visitation. He killed the baby girl, like threw her in a retention pond, um, and then took the car right by her job, kind of like close by her job. Took his car and pulled it in front of like a semi truck.
Mm-mm.
It killed all of them except for one boy. He
Good
was
Lord.
severely injured, but he did it like right by her job. So all the kids died except for one.
That's a lot of hate.
Hmm. And he killed himself. I
Wow.
mean, of course, he died in a car accident
Yeah,
too.
he meant
But
for all of them to die. That
and I
is
don't even remember. I don't even know if you remember because it made national news.
yeah, I don't remember that.
Not me neither. Ooh, Lord.
Hmm.
That's
That
how
was
it
so
gets.
crazy.
That's how it gets though.
And you know, and I mean, I hate to say you never know. I mean, I'm sure that's probably why she divorced him. Like there were signs that he was crazy, but I guess
Not
you
that
just
crazy.
don't think that, oh, you would kill your children
No.
too. Like,
You don't see that coming. You don't see that coming.
no. And you just don't know. Sorry, sack of shit.
Most times. Now some women do say, "Oh, he's gonna kill me," they see it coming, but
Hmm.
most times you don't see that kind of crap coming. I get so tired of hearing about women being murdered by men. It's just it 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 gives me a physical illness in my stomach. It's
Mm-hmm.
just so, it happens so much. It's so much. It
So
makes me sick.
same here. When I tell you femicide, like it just burns my, it like boils my blood, and that's why
Yeah,
when stories come out like, oh well, she hit him first, I really don't care because we don't have a bunch of stories about these women killing these men. It's the other way around.
Not at
So
least
right.
not enough.
wake it up.
Really. They be so scared. They don't have no weapon. They don't do nothing. I mean, they just don't know what to do. And stalkers and stuff like that. Girl, I would rather be in prison than live in fear. I swear I would.
Hmm.
I would just have to, shoot them bullets and just go
And
on and
do what I
lock
have to
me up.
do.
Yeah, just lock me up because I can't do it.
Well, you know that black woman in Jacksonville, Florida is the worst place for black people. I swear, and I love Florida, but where she was being abused by her husband,
Hmm.
and she shot the gun up in the air. She might
Yeah,
as well have
I
shot
remember
him.
that. Yes, didn't even
She's
she?
spending more time, and I think she got out. I think she
She
finally got
did,
out.
but she went to prison for that.
Uh huh. And
For a
was gonna
state
be
that
there for a
prides
long
yourself or
time.
stand your ground.
And denied her stand your ground.
Yep,
Hmm.
she should have went on and
A
shot.
black woman.
I remember that.
I remember that
And
like it was yesterday because wasn't it happened immediately after like George Zimmerman
George,
killed Trayvon.
yeah, it was around that same time.
I couldn't
And
believe she went to prison for that. That was crazy.
and they denied her stand your ground. But
Mhm.
Zimmerman on the road, on ain't even in his house, ain't even by his house, gets to use stand his ground.
Yep.
Hmm.
After
Ain't
he
that?
followed the boy, they told him not to, and he did it
hmm
anyway, and he still got off with that
And
bullshit.
still got off. This black woman's in her house being abused
Hmm.
and shot up in the air and received so much time. She would have been better off if she would have shot him.
Yep.
Hmm. And
Should
she
have
should have
Well,
blew his
because
head
there
off.
will be one less woman beat in the world.
well, yeah, because he
hmm
moved on. I'm sure to beat somebody else. I mean, you don't
Oh
stop.
yeah.
He might not
No,
be
they don't
beating
stop.
her, but I bet you he beating somebody else. I mean, we and there's so many stories of that. Women who've been, I mean, terribly beaten. Get a man gets arrested. He may, you know, spend 5 months in prison. They be scared to testify anyway. They be scared for him to come out, and they go on to kill somebody else, another woman.
hmm
Because the police didn't lock their asses up long enough. It's crazy. It's a patriarchal society, like you say, Auntie. And I think
Hmm.
more women definitely need to start putting some of these men 6 feet under, for real.
Okay, okay, and Auntie, you can move on because I know we've been dragging this one. But have y'all seen the dude on Facebook, the click clack boom guy? He talking about if I was a woman, and he brings up all these scenarios, like
Mm.
how these dudes should just be shot. Like, what do you
Oh,
mean that
No, I
you
didn't see
won't
that, but
touch
I would
me?
love to.
Oh, he if I when I come across his Facebook again, I said because he's made content about like I'd shoot you if you did this. If I was a woman and you did this to me, you would have been shot.
right.
And he goes through all these scenarios of like you touched me or you followed me because I said I didn't, I said I wasn't interested or all of these things. He'd be like, clack, clack, boom.
Yeah,
Like I would have shot your ass. I'll send it as soon as I see it. I will send it to you.
a lot of women have died for saying no. You can't have my phone number. I mean, come on, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, send us that link next time you see him.
I
Okay.
will. I will, cause you would. I think you you would like it.
I'd be like, yes, me
Yes.
too, me too.
Yes, honey. And while we still on the subject of patriarchal society, honey, we let's just go ahead and talk about another story about another
Oh,
problematic man
Damn.
getting away with shit. And this one is Isaiah Bond. So let me just I have
Who?
another TMZ article. Somebody else who do sports. I'm sure. I don't know if he look
Oh,
familiar to y'all.
not
You know, I
another
don't know who this person is.
NFL.
Another
God
football player.
damn.
And you
Yeah,
say
that
it's
is true.
NFL's Isaiah Bond, no charges in sexual assault case.
Mm.
Oh God.
Mm.
So, former Texas Longhorn star Isaiah Bond will not face charges stemming from sexual assault claims made against him. And the undrafted wide receiver now intends to sign with the Cleveland Browns. The Collin County District Attorney released a statement on the development on Thursday saying, after reviewing all the evidence presented, a Collin County grand jury returned a no bill in the sexual assault charge involving Isaiah Bond, meaning no indictment will be issued, Greg Willis said. This concludes the criminal proceedings in the matter. 21-year-old Bond, who adamantly denied anything but a consensual encounter with his accuser, was arrested back in April after turning himself in on a sexual assault warrant. So I see a little bit of asymmetry, not like, but it's there, subtle.
Oh yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's there.
So he sued the woman at the center of the allegations, and the lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice in July. Bond,
Good.
a protected right, Bond, a protected second round pick before the allegations, addressed the matter on social media, thanking the Browns for giving him the opportunity to pursue a professional career before briefly speaking on the case. I know there have been questions and reports about these allegations, and I'm grateful for the decision of the prosecutor and the courts to not pursue charges. I will learn from this experience as I grown in wisdom, character, and faith.
Mute your
He con-
mic, typist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
he continued, on the advice of my attorney, I will not discuss the details of this case. But I want to be clear. From the very beginning, I have refuted these allegations and maintained my innocence. I stand firm by that today.
Yeah.
Vaughn, who also played at Alabama, is now shifting his focus to football, saying he's going to prove Cleveland right in trusting him. Mm,
Whatever.
exactly.
I don't know. Do
Whatever.
these boys be on steroids? Is that's what get them so amped up?
I think they do.
Yeah,
'Cause,
steroids and then the constant like hitting upside the head and stuff like that. Yeah, I absolutely think that has a lot to do with their behavior.
I think they do.
And especially, I feel once they get to from college to NFL, I think that's where they really get into their
Hmm.
steroid usage.
Look how pumped up
To
they look.
bulk up.
Look at the size of
Hmm.
them compared to when they were in college,
Hmm.
and how they look in the NFL. They all get bigger.
Hmm.
And a lot of people
Hmm.
say, "Oh, you can work out hard," and like they wasn't working out hard in college. Come on, like the NFL has some amped up program that college people don't have. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. There's all kinds of ways to really pump up, and a lot of them involve using enhancement drugs. And these guys are pumped up on testosterone, and they are very aggressive and belligerent, and that carries over into their personal life. Now, maybe all of them don't do it, but a lot of those guys get so much bigger when they get in the NFL. So, yeah. And look at all the charges and the things that come around NFL players. It's got to be something going on.
Hmm. Well, does anybody want to add anything about the NFL or?
Remember that case where I don't know if he was an NFL player though. Maybe I think he was. Where they were in the elevator and he was beating that girl. Remember there was a video of that. Remember
Oh yeah, who was that? That was
went on to marry him.
oh shit, what was that person's name? Was it Ray Rice?
Was that? Maybe I'll be looking it up.
I think that was Ray Rice because you
That
know honey,
sounds right.
that was on that dominated the news. You know, I only know sports when it intersects with hot topics, and I definitely remember that like it
Yeah,
was yesterday.
it did.
So yeah, I
Knocked her
remember.
out.
Whew.
Remember?
Hmm. Well, Does anybody want to add anything else about NFL and their problematic players before we go to the next story?
Yep, that was him, Ray Rice.
Okay, I knew because I remember that, honey. If I don't know anything about sports, I know when they're in hot topics. So, well, it now out of curiosity, isn't Steven Jackson a former NFL player? I don't. I just remember seeing him. Well, the reason I brought him up because he had some very not so nice words to say to Lil Yachty, and I'm glad he said them because Lil Yachty really fucking tried it. Little bitch ass
Oh,
nigga.
I can't stand him.
So y'all see I have this TMZ article. Let me share it here. Oof, girl. And the thing is, I had no problem with Lil Yachty until like recently. Now because I'm really seeing him being a fucking coon, and it's like, dude, come on now. But y'all see where it says here by way of this TMZ link, Steven Jackson calls out Yachty over George Floyd lyrics. That's weak ass shit, and he's absolutely right. So let's see what he has to say about it. Because long story short, if y'all don't know, Lil Yachty, which we're not even going to play it here, but he was previewing a new song, and in the song he said, "Put my knee up on her neck." I went George Floyd. Like you stupid ass bitch.
Ragged ass.
Anyway, hmm let's see what Steven Jackson has to say. Well, and just a side note, I understand that based off of what I've seen, Steven Jackson is a little raggedy as well. Like he has some, from what I understand, not so nice views on black women. But even with all that, he still ate this one little thing. So let's see what he has to say to Yachty.
I'm just trying not to pay attention to you idiots, man. But like, it's just hard, bro. Like, Lil Yachty, bro. You been whacked, man. But you think you saying George Floyd name and trying to use his name in the bar that's gonna make people like your whack music, man? That's weak. Y'all the only era that feel like demeaning the dead and saying that is cool, man. It ain't. It ain't. And it's me and the whole third ward and the whole Houston, Texas riding behind G, man. Don't ever say his name, bro. Y'all, none of y'all knew G. Nothing about him. But y'all want to say his name for clout. Put his knee up on his neck. I do joke. That's some weak Yachty. Let somebody die in your family. We gonna do a whole skit about it and see how funny it is, bro. Cut that out, man. It's only you wax that do like that.
Mm.
Baby ate his ass right on up. And the part that they bleeped out, which I hate that TMZ bleeped it out because people need to hear that. He said it's always you whack Sambo ass niggas doing shit like that. And he's
Mhm.
absolutely right.
Just
He
a
is
little
absolutely right.
follow up on Ray Rice. He lost his career in the NFL after this. No team would sign him, right? And they are still married and have two kids, and he coaches two youth football teams. And there we go.
Girl, you shitting me.
Yeah, he does. And they're still married.
Damn, so now she don't even get to get some of that NFL money when getting beat on,
Mm-mm.
girl.
No, no, he got suspended and blackballed after that from the NFL. No team would sign him. That video was egregious. I mean,
it,
come on.
it
Who
really
could sign?
was.
Who could sign him after that? But you raggedy MF uh, Lil Yacht Lil Yachty.
My thing is though, like as many niggas as it was in that studio, not one of them spoke up and said, "Hey, Lil Bo, wait a minute, this might not be received well." Like none of them.
Not one. They all in
Like
there
you,
bobbing their heads like a bunch of idiots. I don't
child,
even know how they thought that bar was hard. For real. For real. That is such a violent bar. And you talking about putting your knee on her neck? Mm,
cowards. That's the problem. We have too many cowards around here. Nobody will ever speak up and say, "Hey, this is not right." Cowards. Well, did anybody want to add anything about Steven Jackson or that Sambo ass Lil Yachty before we go to the next story? Now, I actually hate that we have to talk about this next story, but it's pretty much a follow up from what we talked about not too long ago. I want to say last week, But remember when we talked about Jack Nicholson's grandson being arrested for domestic violence?
Yes.
Honey, we have more details now, and it's bad. Like so, first of all, again, another trigger warning because a lot of the language that this article uses, woo child. And
Mm.
I'm saying he might need to have a bullet put on him, and allegedly. Cause woo child, my mouth just dropped, chill. I was like, whoa.
Ew, this
So let
headline
me
is even nasty. Ew.
hmm so let me make sure I get back to the screen sharing. Okay. So y'all see where I have by people, Jack Nicholson's grandson's ex-girlfriend files restraining order alleging he put her in a chokehold and broke her teeth.
Wow.
So on a sun-baked Los Angeles afternoon this past July 23rd, Elizabeth Lawler agreed to meet up with her ex-boyfriend, Sean Knight Nicholson, the 29-year-old grandson of Hollywood icon Jack Nicholson, for what was supposed to be a quiet civil conversation about his alleged struggles with suicidal ideation. By nightfall, she was allegedly unconscious and bleeding with broken teeth.
Mm.
What happened in between is now the subject of a felony investigation by the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office, a restraining order, and a case that's prompting personal and legal scrutiny of a well known Hollywood family. In court documents signed on August 8th and filed 3 days later, which were obtained by People, Lawler, who's 28, recounts the chilling lead up to that day. She says Nicholson, fresh out of rehab and struggling, reached out in crisis. He threatened to take a full bottle of Valium if I did not come over, the restraining order claims. I noticed he had taken pills along with alcohol and cocaine. Lawler didn't hesitate. According to her account, she also sent text messages from Nicholson's phone, messages that allegedly confirmed he was buying narcotics directly to his mother, Jennifer Nicholson, daughter of Jack. Nicholson, a recovering addict allegedly diagnosed with schizophrenia, has a history of mixing prescription medication with illicit substances, per a police report summary of Lawler's statements. I sent these to his mother as he was supposed to be sober, and I did not want to be near him if he were on drugs, she claimed in a restraining order. But whatever intention she had for that meeting quickly unraveled. What began as a conversation reportedly escalated into a vicious fight centering around alleged infidelity and Nicholson's drug relapse. A betrayal that a source in her account of the police report claimed cut deep for Lawler, who had stood by him during early recovery efforts and believed he was sober. Then came the alleged violence. At around 5:30 p.m., according to a police report reviewed by People, Nicholson allegedly grabbed Lawler by the neck and head and threw her into an unidentified hard object. She reportedly blacked out. Then he put his hands on my hand and neck, and then my teeth were broken. She claims in the restraining order. He pushed me down, and I briefly lost consciousness, and I noticed my teeth had been knocked out. I wanted to leave, and he held me down. She alleges that she tried to leave, but Nicholson stole her phone. Eventually, I was able to leave when I started screaming. He put me in chokeholds, would not let me leave the apartment. He would often threaten to harm himself if I left. Lawler claims in the restraining order that her front teeth were knocked out upon force, and Nicholson allegedly cut my airway off when he put me in a chokehold. Dazed and in pain, Lawler allegedly fled the apartment and was found by a security guard. Shortly after, Nicholson escorted her back upstairs, according to the police report. Victim stated that she blacked out and when she opened her eyes and realized her tooth had been broken, read the official investigative report. Finally, I was allowed to leave, Lawler claimed in the restraining order. The security guard in the building saw me come and go. He called the paramedic. The reunion, intended as a peace offering, became just another violent chapter in a relationship marked by chaos and alleged abuse. Lawler began dating Nicholson in April of 2023, and according to the restraining order, he abused her almost every day for 4 years until recently. He would constantly call on various numbers, including block calls, multiple emails over the years. Lawler alleges in the restraining order, where she knows she spent over $36,000 in medical, ambulance, and therapy costs due to the alleged violence. She later sent photos of her injury, her teeth and bruised face to Jennifer Nicholson, according to the restraining order. That's when Jennifer made the call to 911. I texted the mother of Sean Knight Nicholson and she called the police, Lawler recounted. Two officers arrived shortly after. Lawler, in visible pain, was transported to Cedar Sinai Marina Del Rey Hospital by ambulance. She received reconstructive emergency dental surgery according to the medical records. After a CT scan was performed, there were no findings of brain hemorrhaging. She spent $4,374 for new teeth per a Beverly Hills dentist bill, excuse me. On August 7th, the LAPD arrested Nicholson on a felony charge of corporal injury on a spouse or a cohabitant. He was booked for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, the weapon being his hands, feet, and teeth, the report notes. He was released the same day on a $50,000 bond and is set to appear in court on August 26th. If convicted, he could face up to 4 years in state prison. Nicholson has not yet commented on the allegations. Requests for comment from his representatives, his mother, and Jack Nicholson's team have gone unanswered multiple times. 2 weeks after the alleged incident on August 11th, a judge granted Lawler a temporary restraining order. Nicholson is ordered to stay 100 yards away from Lawler. A court hearing to determine whether it will become permanent is scheduled for September 2nd at the Santa Monica courthouse. And then they end this article with, if you are experiencing domestic violence, call the domestic violence hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or go to thehotline.org. All calls are toll free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 and in more than 170 languages. So, ladies, you don't have to put up with that shit. There is resources
He beat her almost every day for 4 years.
every day. And she
Oh,
stayed.
I wouldn't look. I wouldn't care if he told me he was about to blow his head off. If he's done that to her, and she went over there, I'd be like, mm-mm. Call the crisis hotline. Call your mama. Call your uncle. I can't do it. I couldn't. I couldn't. No way. No way would I have made that visit. He
You
would
and
have to
me,
call
and
somebody else.
talking about he was going to kill himself with Valium. Well, honey, let me call your mama. Make sure she got all your affairs in order, honey, because
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't have
Better
gone over there.
call the police and tell them the 5150 your son because he's in trouble and he's threatening to commit suicide. There's no freaking way I would have gone over there. I How can you still care that much about somebody that beat your ass almost every day for 4 years?
She probably got a soft spot for his mental health issues. Like, oh well, he's
No,
schizophrenic, so I know that's
no.
not really him. You know how these girls be thinking.
And schizophrenics are dangerous when they're unmedicated. A lot of
Hmm.
times, the people with mental illness who wind up killing their loved ones, schizophrenia. That's some dangerous shit. And that would have really made me not go, with knowing what I know. But maybe she
Hmm.
didn't know that. Not all schizophrenics are murderers. Let's get that clear. But the ones who do go off the rails and they say they have mental illnesses, most times their diagnosis is schizophrenia. It can
Yep.
be very dangerous. No. Mm-mm.
And then not only is he unmedicated with his schizophrenia meds, he's actually self-medicating with recreational drugs, which is
Uh
like
huh.
I'm sure is exacerbating his
Making it
issues.
so much worse. So much worse. Yeah, that I wouldn't have never done that.
Hmm.
But
Hammy, hey boo.
I hamster.
Well, does anybody want to add anything else about Jack Nicholson's grandson before we go to the next story? Well, this next story, we won't spend too much time on it because it's a quick video, but I just wanted y'all to see how Chance the Rapper thinks we stupid. Let me make sure I
Mm,
share this link
I'm
here
back, y'all.
so my
Sorry.
listeners can read it
I'm
later.
back.
Yay! Girl, girl, no worries at all, honey. What I tell y'all all the time, the money comes first. But y'all see where it says here, Chance the Rapper reveals he and his wife were already separated during that infamous carnival clip. And y'all know what carnival clip he's talking about when he had
Yes.
hmm
his shaking up on that girl's. Well, let's see what he has to say about it. When this video comes up, if it ever wants to come up. Good lord. Okay, here we go.
I was tripping.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think you were tripping?
I think I was tripping because nobody knew that me and my wife were separated. You know what I'm saying? So I had
Okay,
looking
fair
dumb.
enough.
You don't
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
let
okay,
your,
okay,
you
fair
don't
enough.
have your lady
Don't
look
I'm sorry. I look good.
whether she
Yeah.
your BM, your wife, your
Yeah,
girlfriend,
can't make her
your
look
best
stupid.
friend, don't
Yeah.
let your lady look stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Your man that was holding you up on the dub, that's classic move. Maybe he should have been grabbing phones.
Yeah. But it's carnival. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
you
Is
can't
like
grab
it's
phones on
carnival.
that.
It's
Yeah.
like everybody was lit. Like
Everybody's dancing.
that was probably the cleanest wine I caught. Like
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like y'all are
Yeah.
lucky they censored
Yeah.
the other wines I was catching.
Yeah, when the sun went down.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Friends, family, team, press,
Yeah.
like everybody hitting my line, like, yo, this shit going viral.
Yeah.
Like you
This
got a
shit taking
wild.
off,
I know it's your birthday, nigga. You supposed to just catch the wine, don't smack it.
Yeah. When it came out, I was like, listen, man, he's at Carnival. This is what goes on. This is what happens. If it was flipped and my girl did that, I was like, nah, but it's Carnival. I'd be like,
Fuck that.
you fucking crazy. No,
Nah.
but double standards is real. We know that.
I feel like there's always gonna be gender wars because there's two genders. Oh, sorry. Wait. Whoa. All right. Let's take a step back.
There's a Republican. Whoa. There's a Republican. I knew you was a Republican.
That's
our clip. That's our clip. That's gonna lead the episode.
Take a step back.
You see how he called himself quick. Like, well, hold up, wait a minute. I ain't mean to say there were two genders. What I was talking about in this. But yeah, honey, he think we stupid. And then for now, if y'all were separated and you and your circle of people know that you separated, then that carnival video wouldn't have been such a big deal for them to send to you. Like, hey, bruh, maybe you should have. And on top of that, motherfucker, you not Jamaican, so shut the hell up, silly
Why
ass.
say he was tripping though? If it,
There
I
you
mean,
go.
isn't that what people do at the carnivals? They whine on each other. I don't. Why was he tripping? Because he wasn't uh Instagram official separated.
Well,
Right.
yeah. I mean, I think the backlash because the public didn't know, so everybody was like, "Bro, you like he said, you disrespected your wife." And honestly, even if they, I mean, they were separated. He, yeah, like you didn't have to do that because if it would have been her out there doing something like that, she would have got drugged across the coast. How could you do this to Chance? Da da da
Hmm.
da da. Yeah, you couldn't. You had to be out there. You had to have it on Instagram. Everybody had to see you act a fool.
Yeah, because somebody's gonna film you. They know who you are.
Yeah,
But I mean, they were separated. But yeah, if you weren't official, either one of them doing that would have definitely raised some eyebrows, as it did. Because they
yeah.
like, man, what the hell?
I know. Like, oh, you just out here brazen, huh? Just disrespect your wife.
I don't even think they were separated quiet as it's killed, but I can't prove it, honey, because you know men like to lie.
Hmm. But she ain't gonna correct them, and she probably, mm, whatever.
Hmm.
Ass hat.
Well, does anybody want to add anything else about Chance or his ex-wife Kirsten before we go to the next story?
No, because why give him attention? He about to put out another boring album.
Oh, that part.
Did I say that out loud? Oh,
It
no.
needed to be said. well, well, this next story, y'all, this is great, and y'all probably have seen it. And shout out to Chill for bringing this story to my attention. But have y'all heard about what's going on with Gladys Knight and her
Yes, I
son?
saw that on Good Morning America today.
Girl, well, I have this article here from Vibe that gives a nice summary about it. And again, let me make sure I got to get into the flow of sharing these links and then making sure I get back to the screen share. But you see where it says Gladys Knight's son accuses her husband of quote unquote elder abuse.
Mhm.
So Gladys Knight's son has made shocking claims regarding the singer's health status. In an interview with the Shade Room, Shanga Hankerson and his ex wife Gloria accused Knight's husband, William McDowell, of elder abuse as his mother continues to tour despite alleged declining cognitive health. Hankerson has reportedly filed a complaint with the North Carolina Department of Human Services. I'm sorry, I scrolled too far. Okay, I went and I hugged him, and I'm sorry, I went and I hugged him, and we hugged, and he looked at me, and he's like, "It's so glad to see you." He said, "Shanga, it's been so hard." Recall Hankerson of a reunion last year with Knight's longtime road manager, Larry Ward. I have never seen Larry break down and cry like that. I said, "Well, what is it, Larry?" And he couldn't put it into words. He continued to describe the performance and the aforementioned meetup. The band played about 2 or 3 extra bars and she zoned out. The background singer started singing and that brought her back. They're having to rewind the teleprompter because my mom is forgetting to look at them. Hankerson added that his concern is not only about his mother's onstage presence and quality of performance. He recalled that at his sentencing, she came to speak for me, and she couldn't form complete sentences and coherent thoughts after his 2021 guilty plea for failure to remit payroll taxes.
Mm.
He- yeah. He also detailed alleged alarming text messages from McDowell, where her husband claimed she had sundowner syndrome, as well as incidents of night being confused or wandering away. I don't want my mom out on tour on a tour bus wondering where she's at. I don't want that for her, Hankerson expressed. That's my mom. I truly love her and don't care about her ever working a second longer while she's alive. The direction that she's going in is pushing her to her departure, and I don't want to see that. Knight is set to embark on the second leg of the Queen's Four Legends One Stage tour next month with Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan, and Stephanie Mills. The first installment of the tour wrapped in June. I'm extremely concerned about how she's being handled right now, Hankerson remarked. Vibe has contacted representatives for Gladys Knight for a statement on the accusations, and then you can watch the full interview below here. Child. I mean,
I hate this for my girl. Damn.
you and me both, honey.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, one, I just like I'm sure is good for the fans, but I just hate that these legends have to like in it now. Any other job, if you were a fireman, if you were a trash man, a sanitation worked in sanitation, worked in sanitation. If you were like Gladys Knight's age, you would have been retired for years by now. You know what I mean? And these legends, like our musical legends, keep having Diana Ross feeling like and I just hate that they're like acting like it's their choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, if they don't tour, they're not going to get any money. All the money they have has probably run out, so they need more so they can
I
keep.
think
Yeah.
Diana might be a little bit different.
I
Just
don't
a
know,
slight.
girl.
I don't think she's run out of money. I think she's genuinely moving about a lot. Now, Smokey, um, Gladys, even Patty. Patty is very useful for her like 80-some-year-old self. And
Hmm.
I don't think she's made other endeavors, so I don't know if hers is the same either. But possibly. And I agree with you. They have to work so long because they don't have no safety net.
Hmm. I don't know, honey. Diana with all them kids and them grandkids, honey. I don't know.
I feel like Tracy wouldn't make her do that, or allow her if she wasn't, if she didn't want to. I feel like she has her family in her life. Like if something was to be, wrong, they would be like step in and be like, okay, mom. But
Yeah,
like,
don't those children have rich fathers? I mean, if they
yeah,
are of age, like,
B- Barry Gordy is the oldest daughter's
yeah, I know they both of
father.
them, but didn't she have, some
The
long
white
out?
husband is a
Yeah,
Jewish. I don't know if he's still alive. I don't remember. I think he is. He might be.
yeah, she shouldn't. I don't think she should have to work. But this is fucked up for Gladys. This is a freaking icon. Her
Hmm.
legacy
Hmm.
is, oh my
And
God.
see.
Really hate
And
this.
his ass shouldn't be in jail where he can't help his mama. See, that's the thing. And why are you trying to be a crook? And now you can't even help your mama. What you gonna do from behind bars? Not a goddamn thing.
Thoughts and prayers.
That's it. Because I don't care. You couldn't. And maybe that's just me because of my relationship with my mother. Like, I don't care. She did have a man and they was married. That's still my mama. Matter of fact, lady, we finna make sure I'm still the executor because what we not finna do is play around with somebody else. I never played about my mama. Period. Elder abuse. Ain't nobody finna elder abuse nobody.
Damn
The
right.
hell? The hell? Shit. I'd be going to jail for beating his ass.
That part.
Look, no, I did not play about my mom. I'm sorry. And so you got yourself in a position where now you in jail. You can't even do nothing but send us a letter talking about, oh, I think it's elder. Well, there ain't nothing we can do. That was your job, buddy.
And
Yeah,
then the shit that he went to jail for, honey, like payroll taxes. You
Why
stupid.
didn't you just
oh,
pay
come
them fucking
on.
taxes, dummy?
Payroll taxes? Oh my God.
Why wouldn't you sending in the payroll taxes, stupid?
No, that's against way against the law. How you
You
not gonna
know,
get
but them Atlanta people, they always be trying to scam. They
Uh,
always trying to get over.
That's exactly what Peter just went to Peter from the Housewives. That's what his
yeah,
ass just
Hmm.
went to jail
thank
for.
talking about pay your
And
taxes, don't be like me. We wouldn't have been
ew,
like you in the first place. What the fuck?
always scamming. There's always a damn scammer in Atlanta. I'm scared. I'm scared to go. I don't even want to go back to Atlanta no more. They either scamming or something. And I'm
But
like, mm-mm.
Moon, certain things you cannot scam. And payroll taxes is one of them things.
Please stop trying to scam the federal government. Please.
IRS do not play. They know
At
you
I
all.
mean, nowadays, right now, they down with Trump. They working with less, so maybe you can get away with a lot more right now, especially white collar crime, since
don't
that's
know.
is right up Trump's alley. They probably overlooking a lot of that.
Can't
But
get
even
you
still,
not that.
you niggas don't get no fresh ideas because they coming to get your ass if
That's
they
a,
are.
a trigger. Like if you've been paying payroll taxes and suddenly you don't, that
Yeah,
system got an alert like ignorant,
exactly,
ignorant, ignorant.
exactly.
That's a
The
they don't
hell?
have to look for that. That shit is probably flagged by the system. Come on now.
I could see if
Hmm.
something happened where you one time you missed to send it in, shit happened, but like that means you had to not pay it for an
More than one.
extensive amount of time.
Yeah, yeah. You didn't miss one.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yep.
you can't
now you in
scam that.
jail trying to tell us we can't do nothing to help your mama.
I hate that. Oh my god, I hate this so much. This is making me sick. My heart is hurting for her. If
Mm,
this is true, this is. Oh my god.
I know, and she got a husband. Oh Lord,
Hmm.
and if
I
he
wonder.
and he making her out, making her work because that's the only money they got. Oh God.
Mm-mm.
And I think the husband is indeed her manager, right? Like, I think I
Oh, I
saw that
don't
on.
know.
I think he is.
Which is even worse. Let's see, how long they been married?
That was Mary J. Blige's mess up. She shouldn't have married her manager.
Hmm.
Most of these women who marry men with no means of support and they become their manager, if you ain't learned from Wendy Williams, and it's I ain't gonna, I don't want to call no names, but yeah, you married to a man, you a rap star or whatever star, and you got millions, and all your man do is sit at home with you. When you get divorced, who gonna pay? Kenny Clarkson, Halle Berry, um,
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, Halle Berry's baby daddy got her.
A
Well, both of them white,
couple of
but
yeah,
both of them white.
yep, got her good.
Got that child support on her. Oh man, the one that was a model, the first child's
Mm-hmm.
Actually, both of them got her.
Both of
Both
them.
of
Both
them.
of them club. I was about to say, but I was like, both of them clubbed her over the head. Child.
And she don't want to get married again. I'm
Hell no, she
talking
was
about
supposed to get married. Them
the one,
other two, the last time.
right?
Hard headed ass. She should have listened to herself then.
So they've been married since 2001.
Oh,
Okay.
so 24 years. Wow.
I mean, that ain't that long because 24 years ago, she was still kind of. How old is he? That's the thing. How old is he? How much younger than her is he?
Well, her first husband name was Hankerson, so it's from her first husband.
Well, her son?
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I meant like how old is her husband? The
Oh,
current one. Like, what's their age difference? Is he like younger than her?
let me see. Age of Gladys Knight
Because he might have been riding this out on the long haul.
husband. Yeah, he playing the long game.
Yeah, buddy.
Age of Gladys Knight husband. The search is already there. He's 48. He's 14 years younger than her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Listen, I might have to
This
side
is
with the son on
exactly
this.
what. This is exactly what I had suspected.
Well, no, how is he 14 years younger than her? Oh,
Wait, how old is she?
they talking about her current age. She's 80 now.
Uh-huh.
I thought they were
And
saying,
so,
she's 80 and he's 48. No, but that's what it seemed like it's saying.
well, it can't be
But
that much.
well, no, the first sentence is he's 48. The second sentence is he is 14 years younger than Gladys, who is 80. Not comparing the two ages now. That was two separate sentences. I'm like, wait a minute. That math's not mathing.
Right. But there's a 14-year difference,
14-year gap. Hmm.
which means
Hmm.
he is more of a spring chicken than she is, which I figured.
Well, now, wait a minute. The next post said he's 48. This means there's a 33-year age gap
Wait,
between.
hold on.
Wait a minute.
Let me
Well,
look.
he was born in 1976,
I
August
know
6th,
you fucking lying. Hold
76.
on. No, 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 no. Hold
I know you
on.
lying.
That's what this is saying here.
No,
1976.
Yes.
no. It
33
can't
year
be.
age difference. That's what.
What was the name of that year? What didn't they call? What was they called? The bicentennial year.
I
Oh
think,
no, honey. That man is Gen X, and he's dating that boomer woman. Oh no, married to that boomer woman. Mm-mm.
yeah, Gladys Knight is 81 and he's 48. So that those two sentences did go together. I don't.
And I could see elder abuse if that's the case.
That first thing was AI. See how AI be fucking up?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Wow.
Hold on.
He does
This
look a
is
lot younger than
class.
her.
I don't like it. I don't like it. But just like Moon said, your ass shouldn't have been out here scamming for them payrolls. You should have been out here so you can help your mama.
Yeah, I searched
Oh,
it again.
yeah,
33
he's
years.
playing the long game. I see him. Yeah, he look young. This is
33
from
years.
2024 article.
And they've been married 23 years. So, wait, if he's 33, they've been married 23 now. Wait a minute.
She like, hold on.
he,
Her husband, her
uh,
fourth husband.
so he's
They've been
48. They've
together.
been married 23 years. He was 25 when they got married, and she was 60,
Mm,
50,
mm, mm.
50 something. He was half. Oh my God. Oh, child. Child.
Girl, get off my line. Get off my line.
Oh my
Mm-mm.
God.
No, wait.
Oh,
No, is it? Wait, hold on.
oh. Yeah. Yeah, she was 56. He was 25 when they got married.
So long story short, whatever the numbers are, is still this is still a younger man going after a older woman and is
Oh,
being
yeah.
accused by her son of elder abuse. I'm sorry,
Oh,
but I'm
yes.
based off of history, like how men work and how men operate, I'm inclined to believe the son. Like I just Mm, I don't know. Especially if you're
Wait,
seeing her like out in public and she sings, she don't know where she is until like the background singer starts singing and reminding her what she got to be. I don't like that.
well, we know she 81. We know that part is true.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh my God. It says in May 2009, oh, no, no, no. Hold on. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Let me hold on. Wrong guy. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was finna say, oh shit.
Well, did anybody want to add anything else about Gladys, her husband or son, before we go to this? Now this next story, I guess I won't spend too much time on the next story because y'all don't know who this person is, so I ain't gonna.
Who is it?
Julio Fulio.
I've heard of the name, but I don't know
Well,
much.
remember he was killed and he was actually set up. And the reason that I'm bringing this story to y'all attention is because the girl who set it up, she's actually being charged for that.
Good. Good.
Yeah, I
About
agree.
time.
I agree, honey. So y'all see, I have this all hip hop article. Woman who gave drop on Julio Fulio heading to trial for setting him up. And this is Julio Fulio right here. But y'all probably remember these now because we were talking about like Queso and all the his name came up because all of the ATK and KTA beef and all of that.
Mm-mm.
So Alicia Andrews will be one of the first of five defendants to stand trial in the killing of Julio Fulio, the Jacksonville rapper gunned down in Tampa during his 26th birthday celebration in what authorities say was a targeted ambush tied to a long running gang feud. Andrews, who was accused of trailing Fulio and tipping off his location to the alleged gunman, is scheduled to face a jury starting Monday, August 18th in Hillsborough County. Prosecutors claim she played a key role in setting up the fatal shooting that took place in the early hours of June 23rd of 2024 outside a Holiday Inn near the University of South Florida. According to Court TV, Andrews was charged with first-degree premeditated murder alongside her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance Jr., and three other men, Sean Gathright, Rashad Murphy, and Davion Murphy. The state is pursuing the death penalty for some of the accused. Surveillance footage from the Home 2 Suites parking lot captured three mass shooters opening fire on, on Julio's vehicle. The attack killed him and injured three others. Investigators say the suspects followed Fulio across Tampa as he moved between party spots, eventually catching up with him after he posted his location on social media. Prosecutors alleged the murder was part of a broader gang rivalry between Fulio's KTA crew and Young and Ace's ATK group, which has seen years of escalating violence. Their feud intensified after Fulio's cousin was killed in 2017, and both rappers have taken jabs at each other in music and online. Andrews' defense team attempted to introduce claims of domestic abuse to explain her mental state at the time of the incident. I'm sorry, that's not funny. She tried it. However, Judge Michelle Cisco sided with the prosecution, ruling that Florida law does not allow duress as a defense in premeditated murder cases. The court deemed the evidence inadmissible. Opening statements in Andrews' trial are expected to begin Tuesday, with more than 100 potential jurors called to court. Witness testimony will follow throughout this week, and the trial begins August 18th in Hillsborough County. So I will certainly be following this trial, honey.
Mm. These
Uh,
women, don't be. Mm-mm, that's not good juju. Don't do that.
don't
Mm-mm.
do that, honey. And then gonna try to say, "Oh well, I did it because I guess my man was beating me. So if I didn't do it, then my man would have beat me." It's like, girl. I'm glad that judge saw that bullshit for what it is. Shut it up. No, man. This is premeditated murder, girl. You can take that shit on to somebody else's court.
She going down for some for my man bullshit. A
Hmm.
lot of women in prison behind bullshit for my man. Okay, just another statistic.
Hmm. Well, anybody want? I got three more stories left. Anybody want to add anything else before we go to the next one?
Bye, girl.
Mm-mm. She going
Bye,
to
girl.
jail.
She going to jail.
Yeah, exactly. And she deserves it. Well, speaking of, are any of you familiar with a man who goes by the name the business bully? or I know he was formerly known as Taz Daddy, but his real name is Dave Anderson, and
Oh,
he's written several books and stuff.
Oh,
mm, maybe if I saw his picture, maybe.
Okay, well we are going to talk about him because he's speaking out and saying that he just did an interview with the Breakfast Club, but they didn't air it, and he's wondering why.
You
So
should
I
have
have
kept
this
that to
link
yourself.
here from All Hip Hop. Oof. Well,
Oh,
I
did
don't
you
know. If
hear
I
me?
take my time early in the morning, that early in the morning, I'm going to interview somebody. Uh huh.
So
Look, if I'm going to go
I'm.
interview somebody that early in the morning, honey, y'all better have that publish that shit. Got me up at 6, 7 in the morning talking about shit, and you don't want to play. Absolutely not.
But I'm not. See,
Well,
I'm a person that don't like to embarrass myself. So I be out here telling everybody they ain't put my shit out.
well, author Dave Anderson questions Breakfast Club interview delay. So this person right here. And author and business mentor Dave Anderson, aka the Business Bully, taped a whole interview with the Breakfast Club interview on June 25th. Problem is, it's now deep into August, and that thing is still MIA. Anderson is a pretty big deal, and some of us remember when he was Taz Daddy. What a name. Now, Anderson isn't some random guest. He's pushing his 22nd consecutive bestseller, The Real Black Agenda. And let's just say the man isn't shy about calling out fake leadership, industry exploitation, and agendas that don't really help black folks. He has definitely ruffled a few feathers. So let me back up a bit. There's no word on the street because we talked to him. From his own mouth, Anderson says nothing wild went down in the studio. He says the interview was positive, everyone was cool, and he's known Charlemagne for decades. They are cool, but something is holding up the interview. I don't know why it hasn't dropped, Anderson told All Hip Hop. I've known Charlemagne for 20 years, their producers for 30. They knew what the book was, had it in digital and physical form. I didn't say anything I haven't said publicly before. We had a great conversation. Is it just a scheduling backlog? Did he upset the wrong person? Or is it just the game because stuff happens? The man known as the business bully is keeping it classy. He isn't going to leak his own interview. It's not about me or the book, he said. It's about the message. I guess we just have to see. If you have gotten this far, you can catch an early peek of the full interview below. But this is what you will call an a lot interview. So this is here in All Hip Hop. I probably won't watch that, but I'm actually very curious because a lot of times now oh, I'm sorry, I was just reading the chat. But a lot of times, like when the Breakfast Club does an interview, they usually tend to, if it's not live, if they're not doing it live, they usually, have it edited and then pushed out like no later than a day later. So for him to do this interview back in June or the end of
I'm
June,
like,
yeah,
mhm.
something had to happen because, like, yeah,
Somebody's powers that be shut it down. But again, why didn't you reach out to the producer or Charlemagne? Why we got to know about it?
the thing is, what I'm getting from this, he probably, even though they didn't say it, I'm getting he probably did.
Maybe this is his last resort to try and see if he can get a response. I guess.
Yeah, and then what we know of Charlemagne, he's like one of those people. Like, even though his number is pretty, but I'm not going to say he's an open door, but he has said publicly, like, these people have my number, they can text me, they can reach out to me, and stuff like that. I'm positively sure that this man has reached out to Charlemagne or one of the producers that he's known for this amount of time, and was like, "Hey, what's up?" and probably hasn't gotten an answer, or because he said he wasn't sure if, like, did he say something to offend somebody, because he doesn't think he did. So. Hey, it's a
Man,
little it's a little
that's a
strange.
long time. That is a long time.
And on top of that, like it's kind of stopping a bag because I say that because the Breakfast Club has a YouTube page. And
Hmm.
YouTube is very strict about how often you want your content to put on there for you to get like a monetary payout or whatever. And so this is content that y'all kept and you didn't put out there. I don't. Yeah, it's not looking right to me.
I wonder what did they put in place of it? What, oh, like what bumped it?
Mm.
Because they had to put something out. They interviewed somebody. Don't they interview somebody every day?
Well, sometimes some days go without, and they just have content. When they don't have an interview, they'll talk about like what's going on in the news and stuff. So yeah, they don't
Mm.
have a person to interview like every single day. There have been days where they don't have about an interview.
Yeah, I haven't had them on my radio in years.
I
They were here and then they got pulled out of the market, so I don't remember. But yeah, too bad for that guy. That sucks.
that's that's great. I actually happen to be, and I'm sure this surprises no one in this room, but I happen to be a huge fan of the show. Have been for a long time. Have been since the beginning. So, ah, yeah, and people. I remember when somebody said, I remember I was having a group around the pandemic. You remember how people were doing a bunch of Zoom calls then, and we were talking. I
Hmm.
said how I think that the Breakfast Club need to be more popular because I love the way that they do interviews and stuff. Baby, the way people, the Breakfast Club, bitch. I said, well, yes. Do y'all watch them interview? They do really good interviews, and they don't shy away. They interview for the people, honey. They ask questions that the people want to hear. So I'm a fan now. My fandom has kind of dwindled ever since Just Hilarious has gotten on the show, but Lauren LaRosa is keeping me. So
I don't really care for her either. But
you,
you know what? I didn't really care for Angela too much.
oh yeah, she was.
She is so subpar, but
She's a really really nice girl, I have to say, but yeah, she
she
didn't
probably
bring
is a
nothing.
nice person. Very nice. I think she is also a philanthropist. She does a lot of things for the community. To me, she's just horrible interviewer. Oh,
She she
oh.
really is.
And I'm not even a journalist, but even I'm like, God damn, girl, you're not doing very well on this. I don't know. Maybe this ain't your calling.
Well, I understand that even though I don't personally listen to it, I understand her show Way Up with Angela Yee because it comes on immediately after the Breakfast Club in on radio. I understand it is doing pretty well, so somebody must like it. It ain't me.
Mm-mm.
Somebody must like it. Well, did anybody want to add anything about this person or the Breakfast Club or Angela before we go to the next story? Well, we haven't talked about Nick Cannon's narcissistic ass in a while, honey.
A minute. Yeah, what, he have another baby? Two babies? What?
Well, he says he doesn't believe in quote unquote co-parenting
Oh my God.
See, and they wanted to
or
give
don't
him a
believe in the
damn.
term co-parenting.
See, see, and they wanted to give him a damn show about relations. Oh God, he is the worst.
So let me get this link here and let me go back to the screen. Okay, so y'all should see where it says here Nick Cannon, father of 12 with six different women, says he doesn't believe in the term co-parenting. And MSN is actually sharing this on by way of the Independent. So Nick Cannon, who's the father of 12 children with six different women, has revealed that he doesn't believe in the term co-parenting. The TV host, who's 44, answered a question from a fan about managing multiple co-parenting relationships while dating during Wednesday's episode of his podcast, Nick Cannon at Night. The label co-parenting, I've always kind of had an issue, Cannon said, because why do we have to be the co? We're just parents. When you start throwing labels on things, I think it does more harm than help and can get very dangerous because then everybody has a preconceived notion of what you're doing. He confessed that while he hasn't figured out how to raise his children with half a dozen women, he approaches it with a certain perspective. If I just step into every situation with respect and compassion and individuality, Kano explained, that's just the other thing I always do with anyone I'm involved in with my life. He then acknowledged that he doesn't bunch the mothers of his 12 children together. I really try my hardest not to be like, oh yeah, my baby mamas, he continued, unless I'm telling a joke or something like that. But no one wants to be grouped into anything. Everyone wants to be treated like an individual with respect and compassion. However, according to Cannon, the six mothers of his children don't get along. Do you know 6 women anywhere that get along? He said, noting that the women don't necessarily have to be friends. They have their own lives. They raise their children the way they want, he added. Cannon first became a father when he welcomed twins Moroccan and Monroe with ex wife Mariah Carey in 2011. Since then, he welcomed 10 more children, and I'm not going through and reading them kids' names. Um, in 2023, Cannon didn't rule out the idea of having more kids. When asked if he was done having children, Cannon told Entertainment Tonight, God decides when we're done, but I believe I definitely got my hands full. And so I'm focused, I'm locked in. However, he added a caveat. But when I'm 85, you never know. I might. And people think his ass is joking. No, he's dead serious. Y'all need to take it for his word anyway. Speaking to Entertainment Tonight in February, he also shared how he divides his time between his 12 children and their mothers, noting he prioritizes energy management rather than time management. Once we're all aligned, the flow is a lot easier. If there's any kind of low frequencies or dissension in there, that's what messes up the scheduling. The Wild and Out host explained. As long as we're all on the same page and we all got the same goal to be the best parents we could possibly be, that works. And then the scheduling is the scheduling. The independent is the world's most free thing. Oh, well, we don't need to read that last line. All right, so yeah, boy, hush, hush, hush.
I think it's stupid when
That's
baby mamas don't get along. He got 6 baby mamas. Why they don't get along?
and they signed up. The only person that didn't sign up for this shit was Mariah.
And even
Mariah's the
that's
only
still her
one
children's
did,
siblings,
huh?
so that's still her children's siblings. So she need
I
to get
know.
along with them too. I mean,
I know. And
yeah.
and I'm sure she probably is one of them that don't. She probably like who? They are what? You know, she queen of. I don't know them.
I don't know her.
I don't know her. So you know what? Actually, I don't even. I'll take a page from Nick's book. I don't like to group Mariah into that because she didn't ask for that bullshit that Nick brought to the doorstep. But the rest of them heifers, they all knew what they was doing. They signed up to be in the what you call it, the little cohort they had going on. So what you
Right.
mean you don't get along?
I think they don't get along because of that. I think Nick has a lot to do with that with his narcissistic ways. Because to me, and he could probably claim that he's not doing this, but I know how narcissists work. He probably in these girls' ears, oh, you number one for me, you number one baby mama, you this, you that, you do more for me than all these other ones do. And he probably telling the exact same thing. It's probably scripted, and he's telling the same things to all these other girls, and they're probably like, oh well, she the enemy, she's keeping him. You know how girls think.
Hmm. And I'm sure because each one of them probably thought they were gonna be the girl that the switch to stop him from doing all of it.
Hmm.
I bet. I bet because I've seen a couple interviews and they had that energy. Like, well,
Hmm.
I thought okay. So you was the fourth baby mama and you thought you was gonna be different. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because he came back and gave you another baby, you thought you was gonna be different. Okay, okay, girl. Okay.
This is why Hammy, close your ears right now, baby. This is what I be trying to warn y'all about them lying ass Libra men, honey. They lie like they breathe, well, except for Hammy. Hammy's the only one that don't do that.
Oh, Hammy's a truth teller with a mean switchblade. Okay.
Hmm. Well, does anybody want to add anything on that Libra narcissist before we go to our last story?
No, he just need to stick
Hell
to
no.
wilding out. That's the only thing he do well.
Have
Ah.
12 more. We don't care.
Well, no, please don't. Because I already think he's a cult leader. So I feel like having 12 more kids will kind of solidify my beliefs.
Well, if you already think that, what difference does it make?
Because I feel like there is some room for him to kind of make
Oh,
me
there's
not
some
think
room.
that. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but
Oh,
them
okay.
12 more kids will definitely, there will be no more wiggle room after that.
I see. Okay.
Well, speaking of no more wiggle room, honey, I need to stop giving it to Tiffany Haddish's ass. You see how we were just talking
Mm,
about her the other day and how she was doing good and how I mean
Mm.
I get that people don't like her personality, but I really,
mm,
honey, after this, I'm like,
but she
girl,
did something else stupid.
she
Child,
did.
child, child.
Uh, people
And
be
we was
trying to tell me.
just giving her praise.
Hmm. At a damn Subway of all places, girl. Like, girl. Anyway, so we won't like read the article, but we can just play the video in, and y'all see where it says here by way of hot new hip hop. Subway workers pops off on Tiffany Haddish for alleged rudeness. So let's just go straight down to the So apparently the girl wanted Tiffany wanted some pastrami. They didn't have no pastrami in the subway. So Tiffany Haddish made a big scene and the girl who worked there was like, there she go, rude bitch. So anyway, let's see what she you see where it said, oops, Subway worker goes off on Tiffany Haddish after she allegedly became upset the restaurant didn't have any pastrami meat.
And the other lady, they play all the, I don't know, I forgot, but they so rude. Here go TV Hattie right here. She mad we didn't have no pastrami, so she got mad and left. There she is, y'all. There she is, rude bitch, rude, rude.
Mm-mm. And then Tiffany commented on the video, they look like they could use it with that hole in the ceiling. So I, girl, I, oh, and I
Wait,
wanted,
when has Subway had pastrami? When have they ever had pastrami?
Never, never,
I
never.
listen, I was asking the same. I don't go to Subway often like that, so that's why I wasn't 100% sure. I'm like, maybe they had it at one point. I don't know.
No, I can't think. Roast beef,
They never
Hmm.
had
but
that shit.
they've never had pastrami. Unless that's just some regional shit, but I've never seen a Subway with pastrami.
Never.
I, I just don't get how,
Got to
like,
go
cause,
to like a Jewish delicatessen for that.
hmm
Hmm.
She's
I'm
stupid.
somebody who goes in restaurants and order food often, cause y'all know I don't like to cook. I will never understand how it gets to a point where you get to being rude to now unless that service worker and even if the service worker was like a little rude, I'm still going to excuse it because I understand that these people are working hard and they probably done had a bad day. But I don't get how people can get to a point where you are being so rude to a service worker that a service worker had to come out and say that her rude ass go rude bitch, like what
Yeah,
happened? And
she was rude. Hmm.
she had to be over some fucking pastrami.
That
Girl,
they don't even sell anyway. I was like, pastrami in Subway? That don't even sound right.
Salami maybe, but not pastrami.
They have salami. They have the what's the one that you put on Italian? But roast beef. They've had the roast beef where you had the ham turkey roast beef.
Right.
No pastrami.
No.
That's weird.
weird as hell. And she's weird. And you know what? I said I ain't gonna defend her no more. Cause every time I do, she always have me out here looking stupid.
And you
Don't do
defended
it.
her, and you defended her, and I was like, okay.
And so,
Then
so
the next
was the
day,
baby alive? Was that thing alive? Was that situation alive? Did we ever find out?
Yeah, well, yes, and thank you for asking because that actually just reminded me to finish this. That's it. So for and they answered that here. So for those unaware, Tiffany Haddish and Jason Lee posted some pictures of them together with the baby and the caption "Cat's out of the bag," which led to many questions. As it turns out, the baby is actually a family member of Lee's, so don't expect them to embark on a parenthood journey together anytime soon. So yeah, it
oh,
looks like that was Jason Lee's family.
a joke.
Mm, a sorry joke, per usual.
Yes. She'd do anything for attention. Don't defend her
Unfortunately,
Agree.
anymore.
I won't. Y'all have my
she need
promise,
to
cause I
just be
just
in
mm-mm.
heavy therapy. She really need to be in therapy, honestly.
Over some imaginary pastrami that ain't never selling no damn subway in the first place. Girl, get off my line.
Like for real. No, I'm for real. I'm finna Google this because I'm like, what the hell? That would not be the thing I ever went
Go to a
to.
subway looking
I'm
for.
like, what?
But
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna tell y'all what I be getting at Subway because I feel like y'all gonna judge me. So I'm just
Tuna.
gonna.
I know you already get the tuna mail,
But
don't you?
the tuna and the meatball sub, honey, I don't give a
Well, the
fuck,
meatball sub is good.
baby.
I
The last time I ever, who
tuna.
somebody put on Twitter, they said you got to be a fat, nasty, funky bitch to eat a meatball sub. And I said, well, I just found out I'm a fat, nasty, funky bitch, and I don't know what to do with this information.
I don't know. The meatball sub seem like it be the lick. I don't know.
It is good. The meatball subs are popular. What do y'all do? That's that's being
Wouldn't get
silly.
no tuna from there, but I definitely do the meatball.
And that
Didn't they
tuna
say
good
that
as
tuna
hell,
was
honey.
raccoon meat or something like that? Allegedly.
Hmm That's why I be
Allegedly.
so good with some mustard.
That's all alleged, Subway.
Allegedly, alleged, but what is not allegedly, honey, is them good ass cookies, honey. Woo, I can tell you, I could just eat
Oh
the
That
yeah, the
cookies
cookies.
cookies.
all day.
They
Hmm.
fire.
They have always had good cookies.
Well, y'all, that was all the tea that I had for us today, and thank y'all for sticking with me for this long show. But before we head out, did any of you have any tea that you want to share? Any tea I might have missed?
No, no, we good. We
I
teed
do.
out.
I do have one little thing, and I
Uh
did
oh.
Google.
One
I
little
did
thing.
Google. They say yes, Subway has offered pastrami in the past, specifically in the form of the big hot pastrami melt. Some local
Ah,
locations, particularly in
Oh,
Hawaii, still offer it on the menu.
Hawaii.
However, it has been discontinued in many locations due to the factors of cost and potential spoilage. So it ain't, I don't even remember, it had to be short.
Common. It ain't common in the states for sure.
No,
mm-mm.
and
Well,
it's
girl, thank you
spoiled.
for that. Because
Yeah.
that was very foreign to me. I'm like, like I said though, I haven't been in Subway in a while, so maybe they did have it and I ain't know. But
That's
there
what
you
Like
go.
I
maybe 6 months they might have had that. They have it for a
Hmm
long time.
and I'm sorry I lost my because I was waiting and it went away. But I did see where Tiana Taylor lost that uh not suit, but he filed the thing about her
hmm
speak breaking the what you call it,
NDA.
the gag order. Yeah,
Yep.
Uh
she lost that, and I think she has to pay him. My
oh.
Well,
I
pay
didn't get the
his legal
status.
fees. I read it and I just didn't find the story like that interesting because that's why I didn't even want to go over it. But yeah, she got to pay
I
his legal
know.
fees, and the reason that she got to do that is because of that Instagram video she did.
I know, and I just like I hate I'm not gonna say hate,
Oh, the
but he
one where
get on my nerves
talking about you go
because
through things and you go through it till you can't stand it no more. That one.
yeah,
Hmm
Um,
and he just and he just being a bitter, but whatever. I saw that and I was like, ugh, he just mad because she moved on.
hmm Well,
Anyway, yeah.
well, y'all, it is always a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back on Monday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time for the live show if you can make it. Until then, I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. And don't forget to hit up our email, auntie@auntiederek.com.
bye everybody.
Bye, Auntie.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye, Chill.
Bye.